So, Sharon Bovat, explaining why Nissan did what they did. Part 2. So now we get to the point where Carlos Ghosn's father, the Nissan CEO, he was part of Condor. Carlos Ghosn came from a Lebanese Brazilian family. So Carlos Ghosn was politically well connected. He was connected to a man named Jim Morton. Jim Morton was connected to Lee Atwater. I was trained by people connected to Lee Atwater to do opposition research. Now, Lee Atwater actually is connected to the CIA. A lot of people are CIA. More people are CIA than you'd ever know. But what happened is that after like all the Iran-Contra deal, and all I did for Iran-Contra was I did research for Reagan's friend, had me do research. The same year my uncle was appointed to, he led the airport commission for both Reagan and Bush, and he was chief pilot of Pan Am, and he was in charge of all the press corps flights, and he muzzled people, and he made sure that everybody didn't tell where they were going. And my aunt was actually friends with Imelda Marcos, so I always thought she was like this grade A humanitarian. And Margaret Lesher, Mr. Lesher, is the man that was friends with Reagan that sucked me in when I was 19 years old. Margaret Lesher, she was his second wife, and he loved his first wife so much. He always talked about his other wife, and it was just sad. And he said that Margaret was just the fill-in for the last act of his life. And that kind of always broke my heart that Mr. Lesher said that, because Margaret was a decent lady. And I was really upset that the CIA killed her. I mean, they killed her in 97. She died in a boating accident in Arizona, and Joe Arpaio covered it up. Now, I don't say things correctly because I was always raised to not say anything correctly. So I'll say Buck Reveal, but it's Buck Revel. And it's because I'm supposed to not look bright. My grandfather actually told me, but I love my grandfather so much. Before he died, I was living in the Netherlands, and they were starting the Lockerbie trial, and he wanted to talk to me before he died, so I was flown to San Francisco, business class ticket. I got a shitload of business class tickets. I got so many miles from the Lockerbie cover-up. Anyways, so I saw my grandfather, and he was very upset. He did not like seeing an innocent man prosecuted for the bombing. So it was like, he reminded me that George H. Bush never prosecuted an innocent person, but the Clintons did. And my grandfather was actually a Democrat, so I think that, and he was part of Condor, which I said in my first tape. And so I want to say that neos are neocons, neolibs, and neos really do believe that we need to be in, work creates jobs, creates money, blah, blah, blah. So, but I'm mad about Margaret Lesher. She also died the same year. Sonny, Bono died like in 1998, because he was going to rat out some drug trafficking stuff, and then they let Mary become a member of Congress, and then that way she wouldn't insist on an autopsy. And then what was the other one? John Denver. John Denver moved to the Carmel area, and he started playing golf with a lot of the neos, and they got really nervous when he started his wildlife wilderness tour, and he really took off because he wanted to start having America get onto clean energy. And he really believed that, and that scared the crap out of the people connected to the Saudis, because